In the previous video, I showed you how the neighborhood tree drama ended, without tragedy. But it could have been much worse. Cars were driving through while the previous so-called crew was even pulling on the tree. Crazy stuff. I had arrived home that Friday after work and seen these guys in process working on the tree. In fact, I drove right past them working on this tree before I realized what was going on. And thought, oh my gosh, they don't even have anything in the street to let us know. So one of the neighbors actually called a police officer, and they came out and started observing what was going on and redirecting some traffic. But anyhow, you could see these guys are using a electric chainsaw, and it's just a small electric chainsaw, and they have a full-size saw sitting in the grass that they could never quite get started. And the straps they're using, it's attached to a minivan, are definitely not rated for a tree that size. I mean, check out the size of that tree. This is crazy. Right here, they're getting ready to start pulling again, and I call this the pro use of a minivan. And mailman driving by there, going about his business, probably thinking he's probably seen crazier things in other neighborhoods, so he goes on about his business, making sure not to drive on the road right directly in front of the tree. There's some more song and prying, and starting to call these guys Larry, Daryl, and Daryl from the from the Bob Newhart show. So anyhow, they're working away, and oftentimes this guy with the electric chainsaw, when he could be using that good gas saw that's laying on the ground that they can't start, he's often right now, they're right in front of the path of where the tree could fall. I mean, this is some crazy stuff. And there's a picture of Larry, Daryl, and his other brother Daryl. And this goes on all into late afternoon and early evening. Apparently they are not at all professional tree trimmers or woodsmen, or don't have much experience. I mean, just growing up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, I'm a Youper. We used to cut wood every fall. You'd notch a tree and you'd leave a hinge, and you'd cut down at an angle, and you could land that tree basically on a dime wherever you wanted it to go. And the way these guys are pulling on these straps and fighting this tree, at one point later in the video, you'll see the tree rock after I think the third or the fourth strap broke, and we thought it was going to go down, literally fall down on the neighbor's house, over the fence, and there's a house off to the right, and it would have gone through the roof of the garage on that house had it continued snapping all the way back and falling over. So neighbors were getting nervous. We were drawing some crowds, and I still can't believe how the entire time he never got that chainsaw working. He's working back there feverishly, kind of giving up there. Other guys still whittling away with a small electric saw, doing some work like I point out somewhere in here that a beaver could have done a much better job doing. Hacking and hacking and hacking, and right in the fall path of the tree while it's under tension. I don't even know why they're pounding and hacking. If they would have cut the appropriate notch, had the street blocked, had the appropriate tools, had a strong strap that was rated, or a cable that was rated to pull the tree, because the danger you have with a cable or a strap or a rope breaking is a tree will slingshot backwards and fall the wrong direction. It'll break off at the hinge, if there is even a hinge. Later on, I walked over there after they left for the evening. I walked over with the neighbor, and you could see our good neighbors there sitting in the driveway, likely being entertained by this. And the first strap here snaps. Bam! There goes the strap. Anyhow, Thankfully, that tree didn't even budge. I mean, it's still solid enough where it didn't snap back and go towards the house or the yard or the neighbor's house. And here this guy comes running in the path of the tree where it could fall, and then they finally give up for the evening. So they're taking off right here for the evening. So the next day they'll come back and give it another go. Well, they're back, and this time instead of the minivan, they're hooking up their pickup truck to another inferior strap. Same low quality crap, basically, and they're giving it a go. The horrifying thought is they left that tree sitting there overnight. What would have happened if a gust of wind came up or a storm blew up and that tree fell over while a car was passing in front of it? I mean, they didn't even have it strapped for safety. And I think they did have one small strap go into a tree next to it, but that would have just caused it to fall in the same direction. It wouldn't have done anything to prevent that tree from falling. Like I said, using inferior straps. And they should have just verified they had a good chainsaw to begin with. Crazy. I mean, this would be embarrassing. Could you imagine being these guys and you're drawing a crowd? Throughout the day, yesterday and today, there were crowds actually gathering in the local pocket park, which is right directly to the west of this house. I mean, directly. There was at times maybe 10, 15 people out in the park or down the street or on the side of the street where I was filming. I was filming from my kitchen window, and but you had people watching, and these guys, the police showing up. I'm almost without words here, but the police showing up, and you could tell this cop is kind of like, these guys are still at it, and he's going over here to advise or give some sort of insight or who knows. He's talking to a car over here that was about to pull through, and now you see a yellow safety thing in the street where apparently the neighbor had they're about to break another strap here. There it goes. Strap number 2 breaks. You can see it right there breaking. But anyhow, they put a little safety placard in the street for, children at play. And, oh look, they're hooking up another skinny strap. Let's see, definition of insanity is try the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. There's kind of a slow learning curve here, apparently. You can see this is not the most brilliant. Cops talking to one of the guys over by the police car. Yeah, a little neighborhood drama and entertainment. Now, what's this guy doing? Climbing up a ladder into another tree. I don't even know. Is he thinking about putting a strap on that tree? Well, he's climbing the ladder. He's up on that ladder, and you know what? If that tree did fall and crash him off that ladder, that might make him think a little bit about being in the path of a potentially falling tree. I'm speeding it up here a little bit because these guys are starting to get worn out, and they're running around trying to figure out what to do. And okay, now they got a real strong strap, a big yellow strap. Why didn't they use a strap like this to pull on the tree? Well, no, they dropped the yellow strap down and they put a skinny strap back onto the tree and back onto the truck. It doesn't appear to me that there's any on-the-job education happening here with the previous breaking of straps that's occurred. And right here, you can see I'm speeding this up again 10 times. I mean, I literally had a few hours of video. And I figured I'd not want to bore you completely, so I figured I'd speed up some of this. Look, there's a car going right through. Apparently when they pulled the truck over there and strapped it, they moved the little safety placard off the street, which happened to be, my neighbor's. The neighbor had to come out and put a safety children at play placard to at least alert cars that something's going on, aside from the fact that these guys had a strap a pickup truck And once again, I sped this up here a little bit so I don't bore you. There they are, hacking away. Let's hack and whittle, hack and whittle. There comes a Jeep. Now these Jeep owners, they seem to have a little more sense. They used to climbing rocks and going on off-road trail. Yeah, we'll back up and we'll get out of here. Smart move, Jeep owner. There comes another police car, you know, to come down here and park in front of our house to see what's going on. Apparently word's gotten around in the department that this hackery is going on with this tree in a residential neighborhood next to a park where children play and where there's a lot of residential traffic. Okay, well, he's going over to talk to them again. And you see here, they're talking, and there they are with their strap. And I think at that point they had, well, oh yeah, right here they're using a car jack, and they're beating on the tree some more. A car jack, and look, they've got it on the side of the tree there. Are they trying to fight the edge of the hinge with a car jack? Well, okay, he moved it to the back. And his buddy said maybe you ought to put it back here. But the cop gets bored and leave or gets called out. I'm not sure. I mean, these guys, they stay busy. And hopefully, you know, the audience there is at a safe distance. And these guys, you know, more hacking and sawing on the so-called notch looks more like the work of a beaver. And anyhow, they're just cutting away. Cutting away, cutting away. And Beaver does a much better job, you know. They should have hired the Beaver. But anyhow, they're prying. Okay, let's try to pry on this thing. Let's pry and pry. And I'm going to try to start the saw again. Oh, this saw is still not starting. Oh, that saw is still not starting. Okay, let's both pry on this tree. Let's pry. Oh, they're grunting out there. I could hear them. I had to cut out the background noise because we had some air conditioning in the house that was blowing, and right where I was filming it was kind of loud, so I figured I'd just do this voiceover. But nonetheless, you know, look at these true pros, eh? I mean, levering and grunting and working on this tree. You know, speed it up again for you here. Neighbors go out and get some groceries. And the truck's out there. This went on for hours, over 2 full days. There the neighbor comes back, and the truck right here is about to get ready to pull. And so he repositioned a little bit, and he's about to start pulling right here. And you can see that skinny little strap. I think there's 3 straps tied together there, and here goes strap number 4. Right here. Just broke the strap. So anyhow, the tree rocks back and forth, and my wife and I were just freaking out, thinking, man, that thing is going to go back on the house. The video didn't do it justice. You could hear that thing cracking and making snapping noises and rocking. We thought it was going to go the wrong direction after that strap broke and the tree was starting to slingshot backwards. And finally, they just give up and they leave. Yes, they leave, actually leave, and neighbors are deeply concerned. And we'll get to the rest of the story here in a moment. A neighbor called a friend with the tree service, and they came out and finished the job in minutes. And if you'll notice, they have a properly rated strap, and they're using the Bobcat with proper traction. The tree comes down in seconds. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Who took the video? Who took it?